Assalamu alaikum, dear students. So today we are going to learn how to solve transportation model with the help of Excel solver. So for this, we have this example in front of you. So let me copy this data in this sheet. So here we go. So here you can see three supply sources, S1, S2, S2, that is silos, and four demand destinations, D1, D2, D3, D4, and these are mills. And these cells actually gives us the values, corresponding values of costs. So this is the cost table. And here is the supply limits for three of the silos, and these are the demand limits for the mills. So in order to solve this problem, we have to copy this once again because we need the values of xij's, whereas we have the first table with the values of cij's. So these are the values to be found. And here we let's change the color of these cells so that we can identify this by the solution. And let's assign this color. Okay, now we have to fill few cells. So let's see how would we do that. So this is, let me write supply here and let me write demand here. And now since we are interested in into finding the values of xij's, so that these demand and supply equation is satisfied, and for, before solving and before doing anything else, we have to figure out whether the model is balanced or not. So in this case, this is a balanced model. If model is not balanced, so you have to balance it first by adding a dummy source or a dummy destination accordingly, whatever is required. Let's start with the solution. So this supply 15 is actually sum of all the supplies assigned to this row, to these destinations from the first supply source. That is the sum of all the values of xij's in the first row is 15. So let's write the formula here, sum, and this is going to be sum of all these values. So let's select this and just enter. Okay, in order to copy this formula, we are just going to drag this down, and here we go. Okay, similarly we can write formula here, equals sum, and this is going to be sum of all the values in this column. So let me write okay, this enter. And in order to copy this formula to all the cells, we are just going to drag this. All right, we're done with this. And next we have to write total cost, that is the objective function. And this objective function, you know, is the sum of the products of CIJs and XIJs. So CIJs are given in this table, whereas XIJs are to be found, and this is the position. These actually 12 cells are dedicated to the values for corresponding XIJs. So let's write here sum product, because it represents some product. And for some product, you need to determine the arrays. For we have two arrays, array of CIJs and array of XIJs. So first, let's write array of CIJs, that is these values. Okay, and we'll separate arrays with comma, and now next array would be the array of XIJs. Okay, enter, and we're done. Okay, let's change the color so that we can identify the solutions, and they all are filled with the yellow color. Okay, for this, now we're done with the data submission, and in order to solve, just go to data tab and then go to solver. And we have already written all the constraints. Let me reset all. Okay, so for this we have to set objective. For this we have to select this cell. This is the objective function, and our problem is to minimize. So minimize, check minimize here, and we have to assign values here. So select all these cells. So by changing variable cells, these are the cells to be changed. And for the solution, we are going to use simplex LP. And now we are going to add the constraints. And for this, this is the sum of all the supplies. And for supply constraints, we are going to write less equal. And the constraint is this, upper limit is this, add. Similarly, the second constraint, less equal this cell, add, and then this, and this, add. And for demand constraints, we are going to write equal. Okay, add, equal, add, again, next cell, equal, add, and the last one, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we have 7 constraints because we have 7 nodes, 3 supply nodes, and 3 demand nodes. Now, I think we're done with everything. Yes. Now, the next step is to solve. So click this in order to find the solution. All right. You can see the solution. Okay, let me save it. Okay, now you can see that here this is x3, 1 is 5. Similarly, x1, 2 is 5, x2, 2 is 5, 10, and this is second row, third column, so x2, 3 is 15, and x1, 4 is 10, and x3, 4 is 5. So rest of the values of xij's are 0. So this is the optimal solution for this problem, and total optimal cost is $435. So this is how we can solve this. This is it. Hope you understand. And let me show an assignment model, and we can solve this assignment model as well with the help of a solver. So for this, we have this example in front of us. This is an assignment model. We have 4 workers, we have 4 jobs, and we have to assign one job to one worker, to each worker. So for this, again, we have to copy this table. So here is the table. So again, we are going to repeat all the steps done before for the transportation model. So this is the cost table, and now we have the table to assign values to the variables. So the difference here is you can see that our supply and demand for each source and destination is 1. So these limits are 1. So rest of the method is same. And this is also a balanced model, but here you can see few dashes here. These dashes means that we are not going to assign this job 3 to the worker 1. Similarly, this job 4 should not be assigned to worker 3. So for this, we are going to write very large costs here so that they do not disturb the selection process. And okay. And otherwise this model is balanced. So let's do all the steps we just have learned. Sum of all these cells, enter, and now copy this formula to rest of the cells. Similarly, demands, we have to write formula for demands, and this is again sum of these cells. Okay, and now we have to copy this to other cells. Okay, and this is in fact the supply and this is demand. Okay, now total cost equals sum product. We just learned sum product. Okay, sum product actually, to execute this we have to choose arrays. So this is the array 1 of costs and then array 2 of variables. Okay, and done. So for the solution we are going to solver. All right, we have this cost and we have to again minimization problem, and by changing the variables we have to select all these variables which needs to be assigned the values. All right, and now we are going to add the constraints. So this add this again add. The third constraint is this one, add. Now we have fourth constraint, add. Similarly, we are going to add these demand constraints. Add. Add. Second last constraint. And now we have the last constraint. And we are not going to add another one, so okay. And for this we have, we should have 8 constraints. I hope all are done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we have 8 constraints. And I think rest of the columns are, well, no. We have to choose the method, and method is simplex LP. Okay, now let's solve this. Okay, this is the solution. We have, okay. So I hope you understand. That's all for today. Take care. Bye-bye.